Hi everyone. So we are doing something that I very, very rarely do on social media. That's something I've been feeling guided to do. And you will know if this is for you. Okay. We are going to do, Year of the Dragon. So funny. Card literally just flipped out. So we're doing a Year of the Dragon tarot reading, because it's the Year of the Dragon starting basically on February the 10th this year, 2024. And the first card literally that has flipped out, I'm using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. I'm also going to incorporate some other cards in this. Literally popped itself out of the deck, is Abundance. Okay, so you can be expecting that essentially, and what I actually just want to put into this before we get any further is that if you are in any way concerned about any of the stuff that comes out in this reading, I really want to make it clear you can change what is going on. You have the power to control your timelines. You can do all of this stuff. It's something that I teach. So, you know, I'm going to drop in here. If there's anything that comes up in this reading that gives you cause of concern in any way, like I want you to understand you are not like hidebound to have to stick to basically the realities that are being presented in this. You can change them. It takes conscious creation. If you want to know how to do that, you can contact me via the link in my bio. I'm also going to be putting links on the screen here, or not links, but essentially all the details of how you can contact me on the screen here, so that you can basically do that without having to click through. Okay, so we've got Abundance has come out with this one. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is that regardless of what's been going on over the past few months, or even maybe a few years, you are actually coming into a time now where you are going to be seeing a filling out of spaces that were previously feeling filled with lack. Okay, and what you choose to do with that is up to you. But essentially it's that this is one of these things of like, by me telling you this, you can actually choose to focus as well on the fact that regardless of how things have been, you actually are connecting with that abundance now, and it's going to start showing up in your life. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. So March, we have this card. Okay, this is this is actually the 10 of Wands, which is, when I look at this card, and actually if you look at this one here, this is about energy mastery. This card is about coming to a point of mastering your energy, which actually features in what I was just saying about essentially understanding that any reading that you are given is a snapshot of where you're at energetically right now, and things can change basically. And if you don't understand how to change stuff for yourself with ease and grace, you can work with someone to do that. So like I said, you can contact me if you're wanting and feeling called to work with me. You can check out the link in my bio, the link tree in my bio, basically to see all the options I've got for digital courses and so on and so forth. Oh, okay, so this is April. Yes, right. Union. The thing that I really, really, really want to push the point home here about, okay, when we look at union from the point of view, and actually if you look at this card, you can see there's a woman in the middle, and we've got like the two energies forming almost a heart shape around her, and you've got the eye above, this eagle eye that's basically able to see everything, including all of this this Celtic knot, the triangle, which is part of sacred geometry, piled on some, is it stones? You've got a wolf, you've got an eagle. It's beautiful imagery, isn't it? essentially, when people think of union, they think of divine counterpart. They always think of someone outside of themselves. But in actual fact, in order, and this relates to this card. So in terms of the journey that you're looking at this year, okay, when it comes to the energy of April, this is all about, and when you look at actually the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without, divine union and having a divine counterpart starts first and foremost with actually coming into union within yourself. So it's the balance of the masculine and feminine energies. It is the union of the two. Now, the majority of people on this planet are operating out of imbalance to some degree or other. In terms of like what divine union internally means, it means actually a balancing of the brain hemispheres. It means that there is a flow state going on between your masculine, which is your action, and your feminine, which is your being, sort of like your receptivity, okay? And the two of them actually spinning together and dancing together in a way that's very, very kind of, I'm going to say, successful for you. It's like, you could call it like basically owning your inner power couple. And when you do this, oddly enough, and when you do this and you do it in a sustained manner, what happens is you start to see this matching up on the outside. Okay, wanting to move on to the next one from the point of view of understanding. I've got one eye on the clock, although I think we might end up going to a part 2 with this. Right, okay. May, we've got 2 cards. Okay. So we've got transformation, the death/rebirth card, and a new paradigm being entered. It really does feel like there's a journey being worked through here for this year, for those of you who are watching this, who are resonating with it and feeling compelled to continue watching, in terms of this sort of coming into your power and starting to understand essentially who you really are and what you're capable of, and essentially understanding at a much greater depth how to create your reality, but not only how to create your reality, but I'm coming back to this thing that essentially this is the Ace of Swords, as it were. It's like Ace of Air in this deck. So it's the Ace of Air. When we think about air, we think about ideas, we think about paradigm shifts. Basically, this is a new beginning. This is a new beginning for you in terms of your mentality, a transformation, and a very positive one at that. When we look at the death card, it's always a benign and positive transformation that's being undergone, okay? And it will usually feel quite gentle. It's not so much of a kind of, when we look at tower moments, what we're looking at is like a complete collapse of the old, and sometimes there's a little bit of shock involved. When it comes to the death card, essentially what we're looking at is a transformation that feels quite smooth and flowing from one state of being to another, which is backed up by this new paradigm. So you're literally stepping into a new paradigm in May. I had to count in them. Okay, so what's June got in store? Okay, this is interesting. Right. So this is, oh crikey, yeah. So we come back to this thing of, so you've got your internal union. I'm really picking up that April's card is about internal union, and we have this paradigm shift going into June. Yeah, June, basically. So the Seneschal, this one is about being in service to a higher power. So when we talk about being in service to a higher power, being in service to your higher self, to your higher consciousness, and to the greater plan that you came in with to this planet. And in doing so, the masculine and feminine, what I'm getting with this, so you've been inhabiting your internal union, and 2 months later, you are actually looking at meeting your divine counterpart who is helping you with this. Like, so stepping into that, being in service to a higher calling as part of a couple, a divine counterpart. You could call it a power couple, but like the spiritual version of, I say spiritual version of, everything spiritual. I find the idea of dividing things into spiritual and non-spiritual a bit ridiculous, really, but hey ho. So exciting things with that for those of you who have been looking for, you know, who have been looking and saying, where is my person, and so on and so forth. Right, okay. So what's going on with July? Where are we at with July, Spirit? For this forthcoming year of the dragon for these people. Okay. Oh, the wisdom of experience. And, oh, this feels to me like the wisdom of experience of the divine masculine, and in actual fact, embodiment of that. Is it? Yes, embodiment. Okay, so we've got the Sage and we've got the Wisdom card. Okay, these are major arcana cards. It's interesting to see, actually, most of the cards that have come up in this are major arcana cards. There's some big stuff going on this year in terms of everything that is being expressed. So we've got wisdom, we've got the Sage, we've got union, we've got the Death card, we've got abundance. Yeah. Okay, so this is the divine masculine coming into its own. Just getting this sense with this of whether you're male or female watching this, whether you are going to be the masculine or the feminine, as it were, in your partnership, basically, in terms of when I'm talking about this, I'm actually talking about same-sex relationships too. Like, essentially, this is about, how to describe it? It's like a maturity, a level of maturity and wisdom coming in, basically, so that the immature masculine within, where that has been present still, even within this state of divine union, because we do have, we have, like, much like with Hecate, we have maiden, mother, crone. With men, we have, like, you know, the boy, the immature, we have the kind of like that midlife state, and then we've got the Sage. This feels like the wisdom of experience actually bringing the internal divine masculine, and therefore the masculine element within the relationship, to the fore, because the immature is healed, basically. Healed, has let go of, I'm trying to put this in a polite way, okay? So, you know, saying this from the perspective of being a woman doing this reading, you know, having literally looked at all of this stuff from every which way, because one of the things that I do is help people to understand their relationships when I'm working with them. This is about letting go, like the masculine actually completely letting go of the need to manipulate and to kind of like what I'm going to call wounded ego driven behaviors that can come up sometimes. It feels to me like there's this like sense of, through everything else that's happened, like there's this healing that's taking place, if that makes any sense. That's February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, so what's the next one? What do we have for August? We have the Hero. Okay, so this feels like the completion of a cycle, like the end of the hero's journey. So letting go of the hero's journey, and like the end of a hero's journey that you've been going through for quite some time, in terms of your relationships, in terms of your relationship with yourself, in terms of your experience of life, in terms of if you're running a business, in terms of your experience of your business, your purpose, everything. Like this is a completion. There's a completion of a cycle that's present in August, which you're going to be like really feeling around the Lion's Gate, I feel, because it is 888, like karmic cycles coming to an end, like big karmic cycles coming to an end in August time. Some things that you have been going through and possibly you've had going on with your family for, you know, generations. Okay, so within this, I mean, this very much like this reading is all about a spiritual journey for all of you in terms of, but it's nice because I'm looking at this and the overall flavor of this is it's a spiritual journey this year that's not going to feel hard. It's going to feel a lot easier than other, like, you've probably closed out some karmic cycles already, but the ones that you haven't closed out yet, it feels like it's going to be less of a painful process for you than previous karmic cycles that you have successfully completed, if that makes any sense. And this is all part of this sort of ascension process. Again, this is something that I help people with. You know, rolling my eyes at my own title here of Accelerated Ascension Alchemist. Yeah, it's been something that has been like one of my big things. Okay, September. Okay, so new beginnings. When I'm talking about new beginnings, okay, so we're closing out a karmic cycle and there's a new beginning inherent in having closed out this karmic cycle. And this is, you're going to be stepping in more into your feminine intuition and actually utilizing your intuition properly to move forwards. And actually, you know, from the point of view, is this a person? No, this is a person. It might be a person for some of you. I'm not going to say, like, if you have a strong feeling when you're looking at any of these cards in this reading and you're you have a sudden flash of inspiration of what it means for you, then by all means listen to that rather than what's wanting to come out of my mouth at the moment, because your own intuition is very important. This card, okay, this card is, what can I say? She's like the Siren Queen, but like not in a kind of luring sailors to their death kind of way. This is a woman who is, you know, this is divine feminine, the water element. This is basically tapping into your emotional sense of what is right and wrong for you and being able to follow that much more clearly and accurately perhaps than you have done in the past. Oh, got that one there. Okay, and that's then bringing into July, August, September. In October. Okay, so this is actually the Ten of Swords. This can mean like a number of different meanings. When I look at this card right here, like I'm getting absolute clarity. So like September is going to be when you have this absolute clarity and the overview. It's like you're looking through a window into the future as this angel is on this, like it's like you're looking through the window to what comes next. Okay, and you have a clear view. You have basically this eagle eye. There's this connection to your own higher guidance and this clarity, being able to see clearly before you step forwards and make more moves. It's like the end of one journey from the point of view of like basically, so that you've already had the end of the karmic journey with the heroes, you know, the hero's journey thing where you win the prize at the end of the thing, but then you're stepping into like what comes next. So this is like the full-on closing out of, you know, whatever you've had going on before. We're stepping into a new beginning, but we're just like literally looking out the window into what comes next. So July, August, September, October. So November, we're going to have to go to a part 3 in a minute. Okay. Oh, November. Okay, manifesting altruism. This is manifesting altruism. Yes. Okay. So we have like the 9 of Earth and the 8 of Earth. Okay, both very powerful cards in terms of, you know, these are pentacles in a normal deck. Okay, so this one's about growth. It's about manifestation. It's about money. It's about money coming in. This is about altruism, it's about generosity, it's about giving. Look at the way she's offering the bowl there, basically. There's a gift for you, like, and this is it. I feel like this is you. This is you from your own success, that you're able to altruistically offer help to others, basically, because you have this behind you, because you are... So it feels like some kind of philanthropic thing that's going on with all of this, that in actual fact doesn't take anything away from you in any way, shape or form. In fact, you know, philanthropy never does. It's only going to serve your growth, both as a human being and as a spiritual being. Okay, so December. Right, so December. Right, I love this. Okay, so this is the nine of fire, or the 9 of wands. Okay, so with this, look at the way he's holding, like he's got the rose hovering there. This card, it's about fruition, it's about attainment, it's about keeping going in the same vein. So it's like continuous success, basically, and actually being in that space of just enlightened and abundance driven action is what I'm hearing. It's like action that's driven, that like literally is coming from a space of abundance. There's this deep sense of abundance that's driving your ongoing action, basically, in December. So it's like you're coming from a space of overflow. That's what I want to say. Okay, and on to the next, January. Oh, blimey. Crikey, Mikey. Right. 4 cards. So January 2025, we've got, okay, so this is like the tree of knowledge. I always think like this 7 of earth. You can say it's like the seed well planted, but this is like the tree of life. I see this card as being like the tree of life. So the tree of life, basically, there's this whole journey that you've been on. This is nervous system, yeah. So you've been on a journey, basically. Your nervous system, is your nervous system going to need help in January next year? Yes. Okay. So there's a whole fucking journey to go on with that in terms of nervous system stuff. And the knowledge card, which is about understanding, sort of. So gaining new knowledge. We've got the love card. Again, major arcana. So we've literally got 3 major arcana cards here. It's like January 2025 is a big fucking year, or big month, should I say. Love, knowledge, journey. So what wants to come through with this? It is about letting yourself understand your own connection through your nervous system with the quantum field, and the way that you bring things into fruition through your interplay between these factors, and understanding that you can always bring more love into the world by doing this. So, oh crikey. Would I be right in thinking there's something to do with like stepping into being a channel for the divine? Yes. That's what I'm getting really clearly with this. So this is like, I'm seeing this as the nervous system. I don't like tree of life, basically. You've got the brainstem, spine, etc. You've got all the chakras. Journey, like say, something traveling through your nervous system. But there's going to be some concerns about the nervous system for some reason. I think because it's going to it feels like a sort of system upgrade, so that you actually step into channeling. You're channeling knowledge that comes from divine love. yeah, so should you choose to your mission, should you choose to accept it? Potentially. It's an interesting one, actually, because I realise that, you know, I know from essentially the collective that I'm talking to, I know that you may be watching this going, what the fuck, that's not what I want to do, blah, 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 blah. But I know that you are, I'm just looking at this reading, I'm looking at all the cards, and I'm just like, it is, you are going through, you're going through a transformation which you're already feeling, but it's taking you through to a much more clear connection with your own higher consciousness in a much more tangible way, and in partnership with someone who is going to be on the same fucking page as you. And there is no question in my mind about the fact it's going to be a very financially successful year for you. I will just throw into all of this, if you are wanting to basically receive guidance on how to work with the spiritual end of things, again, ridiculous, everything's spiritual, but if you're wanting to receive guidance on how to tap into all of this stuff, I am a spiritual guide mentor. I teach people in my group program, The Magic Zone. I teach people how to work with energy, how to work, basically how to open up their intuition and so on and so forth, how to step into really being a fully powerful creator and not coming from this space of having to push really hard and having to do all of the things all of the time and burning yourself out in the process, all of that stuff. You know, I've been the person who's done that shit, you know. The reason why I'm here now doing this now is because I've been through this journey myself. So if you are feeling like it is a good idea, if you're feeling so called and you want to work with someone who you resonate with, and you're resonating with me here and in my other videos, you can of course get in contact with me and say, Liz, how can I work with you? Show me the ways, tell me the ways that I can work with you. What are the options? And I will take you through them. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah!